I think I need to traps. I need to do traps. I need to do traps, guys. I gotta do traps. Man, if you stare at the tiles on the sidewalk, it's a really kind of trippy. It's wigging me out. They look like they're going forward. They're if you look in the center, they're going backwards. If you look right at them, they're going forward. Oh, that wigs them out even more. Okay, now they're going at an even, right, even pace, in the correct direction. The correction. That was bad. That was real bad. Suddenly, when the game started up and it did the Ghostbusters theme song, it brought into mind the Extreme Ghostbusters. I don't think anybody watched that cartoon. It was not popular. It was a little bit behind. I don't think the Ghostbusters had been popular for a long time. I think this might have been early 2000s or something. And it was surprisingly, just like the 80s cartoon, really had good continuity. I keep doing this. I go to get empty out my traps, and I just get gas. Yeah, it had surprisingly good continuity with the cartoon and the movies. And it kind of picks up, like, years later, and Egon's just a professor, and he's not ghostbusting anymore, because they got rid of all the ghosts, maybe. I don't know how you do that, because people must have continued to die. Ah! $200! But, yeah, he's got, like, this class of kids, and it's, like, 4 kids. And they're the most racially diverse, I mean, not just racially, they're just the most diverse group of people. So incredibly Sesame Street on the nose. Everybody gets a shot. They had, I think there was, I know somebody who was Latino. And I know that there was a black guy in a wheelchair. They were like, we want to cover 2 bases with that. We're going to get them all in there. Not that there's anything wrong with a black guy in a wheelchair character. It was just a little... You could tell they were really trying to cover their bases. But I actually liked it. I liked the cartoon. The only problem was the guy in the wheelchair. Not him, but the fact that, anytime they would go anywhere, whether it was a dilapidated haunted house or, you know, some Fortune 500 company's building, there was always a handicap ramp everywhere they went. And I'm not saying that's wrong. The thing should be that way. There should be handicap ramps everywhere. People should be able to get in and out of places, but there are not. Least of all at a haunted house. Doom, boom. I've got $9,560. I wonder if I should go shopping. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna get gas first. Ah! Alright, getting gas. But yeah, it was cool. The theme song was kind of stupid because it was like the exact same theme song, but instead of yelling Ghostbusters like a big group of people, it was just this guy going, Ghostbusters. Same exact theme song, just Ghostbusters. I think they may have slipped the word extreme in there. They weren't extreme, they were just, you know, college kids. Which, you know, the original Ghostbusters weren't that much older than college kids. They were definitely out of college. They were professors. I always loved that angle, that they were all professors. Apparently, in an early draft, they, I don't know what any of this stuff does. I want a ghost alarm, though, because I love that from the movies. I love that device. I already have a capture beam. Ghost vacuum? Let's do it. See if that makes ghost busting any easier. Empty traps, let's go! Shoot, gosh darn, what was I saying? Somebody rewind the tape. Man, I mean, that is bad. What was I talking about? They're all professors, right? Yeah, and I liked that. And then the early versions, it was in the future, and they were already completely franchised out to like hundreds of companies all over the world. It was just this giant network of Ghostbusters. I guess it was kind of more like Men in Black, but with ghosts instead of aliens. That's really what 2016 Ghostbusters should have been. I think the PK energy is out of control. We got a lot of ghosts to bust now. Oh, I wish I never get those fuel things. Those little stack of red pancakes. I want a stack of red pancakes. I want a stack of red pancakes. Give me a stack of red pancakes. Give me a stack of red pancakes. Is the ghost sniffer on top? Does that work at all? Sniff me out some ghosts. This is like, they probably boasted, or would boast, at least today, you know, like 13 hours of gameplay. Just counting getting gas, pushing the car with these two little electrical sockets behind this sock on the road. Alright, I want to bust ghosts. And I was just thinking, it would actually be really cool. Like, somebody should start a company, a film company, or some, you know, rich YouTube channel, that just does versions of films that never happened, that were, like, the original, and what they would have looked like. I mean, what was it? With Ghostbusters, they were gonna have Michael Keaton as Peter Venkman. There was more. Michael Keaton. They were gonna be in the future. Where's my vacuum? Get out of here, fellas. I don't know how much longer I gotta do this before Zool shows up. If I keep busting ghosts, doesn't that bring the PK meter down? I mean, I want to fight Zool. There's nothing else to do. This has become, like, painfully repetitive. Oh, wow, that was a short drive. Freaking best game ever. I love a short drive. Ah, I keep hitting that button. Terrible, terrible. Need an empty trap. GBHQ, run out of gas. I'm gonna really try and get a barrel this time. Here it comes. It's barrel getting time. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them, to bust them is my real test. To catch them is my cause. Ghostbusters! Are we at GBHQ? Time to empty a trap? Man, they hit the brakes way too soon. Just drive up, guys. It's your firehouse. Just get in there. Drop off the traps with, I guess, Winston. Man, that Winston, he got the shaft. I kind of talked about it in the clip notes a little bit about his character, but apparently, like, he was all up in the script. That stuff I mentioned about him being in the Air Force and a demolitions expert, that was all in the script originally. He had, like, a whole, he wasn't just like a bit character. He was a, I hate that. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, he was like a guy with like a story and maybe even had more jokes. There's like, I guess, an old rumor that it was gonna be Eddie Murphy, which, I mean, makes sense because of the whole Saturday Night Live thing, but oh, that was bad. Okay, so I don't know what the M's mean still. 48, 46. Okay, I just left that one. I didn't hit a button. We just left. Time to get gas. And even in the second one, they didn't give him much. They didn't give him much screen time. I don't know why. Like, they could have used some of what they were planning on for him in the first one and put that in there. I don't know how high the PK energy has to be before I can bust ghosts. But, this has got to be just about time to go to Zool. I don't even know how I got there before. Whatever. That's the end of this episode. We're going to get back, and maybe we'll get to Zool. Maybe we won't. When there's something strange in your neighborhood, driving around,